Hello, my name is Michael Wilson and I play principal oboe in the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. The oboe started its life as a shawm in the 12th century, almost looked like a trumpet. By the 1680s, the Baroque oboe was born, which is made of boxwood, and it had very few keys, so it almost looked like a recorder. Composers such as Handel and Bach used the oboe extensively throughout the Baroque period. And then we move on to the classical period. The instrument developed further by then, so therefore there were more keys on the instrument, more range. Composers such as Haydn and Mozart took advantage of this newer instrument, the classical oboe, in their compositions. The turn of the 20th century was around when the modern oboe was born, which is what I play. Now this is made of grenadilla wood, so it's a much stronger, more durable wood than the boxwood that they used for the Baroque oboe. I guess it's, what would you say, it's a more substantial sound, similar in sound to the Baroque oboe, but it's more substantial because the wood is harder, I guess. The oboe is made up of three different sections, three joints. So the top joint here goes into the middle joint, which is this part here, and then on the end we have a bell, just like a trumpet or a clarinet has a bell. So once all these three parts are in place, we come to the most important part, which is the reed. Now I play the oboe, which is a double reed instrument, so which means there are two blades to the reed, and they vibrate to make the sound, similar to the bassoon, which is also a double reed instrument, and it has a bigger reed, obviously, but the same principle applies. The vibration happens when we place the reed on the bottom lip and roll the lips over and blow, and we make a funny squeaking sound. And that sound is the vibration of the two blades. And then when we put it in the end of the instrument, hopefully we have a sound. I grew up singing in a cathedral choir in the west of England, and so I was singing every day from the age of 8 all the way up to probably 13. And one day at school I just heard the sound of an oboe floating through one of the practice room windows, and I thought, that's the instrument I want to play. And to be quite honest with you, I was very grateful also to pick up this instrument, which is so close to the human voice, particularly as my days as a chorister were running out. So why does the orchestra tune to the A, and why is it the oboe that gives the A at the beginning of a concert, or indeed for a rehearsal? I think nowadays it's more of a tradition than anything else, but back in the day when instruments were less developed, I think it would be safe to say that the oboe is very audible on stage. It can make a very piercing sound, and therefore everybody on the stage can easily hear it and then tune their instruments accordingly. And I think the reason why it's an A, I would guess, is because all the string instruments have an A string, and therefore it makes sense to start there. Music transcends the barriers of language, and I think it's our duty as artists to share as much as we can with people and share the joy of music in an approachable way. I think it has been in the past a very ordered and ritualistic affair going to a concert, but nowadays, you know, with clever programming, slightly shorter concerts perhaps, it's a more approachable way for people to come together and listen to music together.